This program, proudly brought to you by Inglis.
The autumn sun, he's come from last, what a superstar!
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy. Welcome to our post-Melbourne Cup week, Bred to Win. Coming up on this week's show, we look back at the major breeding stories behind the 2019 Cup Carnival, as well as all our regular breeding news. Part 2 of our story from Jerry Harvey's New Zealand farm Westbury stud, as we visit Reliable Man, sire of last week's Oaks winner, and we see High Chaparral's son, Redwood. Plus Raheen studs Basil Nolan and the horse who made him love racing, and trainer John Sargent and his favourite English sales story. First though, the latest breeding news in the Cambridge stud Bred to Win wrap. Former New South Wales State Minister and successful thoroughbred breeder Paul Whelan was laid to rest in Sydney last week on Oaks Day at the age of 75. Owner of Luskin Park stud, he raced Group 1 winning colt Flying Artie with his great friend Wilf Mueller. Paul also bred Group 1 winner and now sire Fox Wedge, as well as Australian Guineas winner Rock Classic. He also served on the Committee of Thoroughbred Breeders New South Wales. Sincere condolences to his wife Colleen, his other family members and friends.
Castelvecchio a length.
Already standing his sire on the rise, Done Deal, Arrowfield stud is taking a controlling interest in Group 1 winning 2-year-old and Cox Plate runner-up Castelvecchio. The colt is currently spelling after his Cox Plate placing to Lee Gracieux and will stand at Arrowfield at the completion of his racing days. Castelvecchio won the inaugural Inglis Millennium and the Champagne Stakes at 2 and was also second in the Spring Champion Stakes for overall earnings of over $2.5 million.
Super Seth is flying.
New Zealand's Waikato stud has secured the services of this year's Caulfield Guineas winner Super Seth, also by Done Deal. Jonathan Munns will retain a 20% share in the colt, who will race on in the autumn. From a Reduced Choice mare, Super Seth was a $280,000 Inglis Easter yearling and will be aimed at Melbourne's major Group 1s early next year.
And Dame Giselle went on by!
To Saturday's racing in Sydney, and the inaugural Golden Gift for 2-year-olds at Rose Hill was won by I Am Invincible's daughter, Dame Giselle. From the 4-time group-winning Stravinsky mare Ballet Society, Dame Giselle is a 3/4 sister to Merson Cooper Stakes winner Steal My Kisses. She was a $500,000 Inglis Easter yearling sold by Sledmere Stud and bought by Sir Owen Glenn's Go Bloodstock and the China Horse Club.
And Reel 'em in Ruby ripping away with the Hot Danish.
The Group 2 Hot Danish went to Piero's daughter, Reel 'em in Ruby. She beat fellow Triple Crown runner Moss Trip, having been a $90,000 Inglis Melbourne Premier yearling sale buy for the Ward brothers, offered by Mayfield Thoroughbreds.
But here he comes. Catalyst let rip by Troy Harris. He strode to the lead over Sherwood Forest. Wide out Harlech runs on, but he gets down to the 100 metres. He's an equine masterpiece.
And in New Zealand, exciting colt Catalyst lived up to the hype with a thrilling win in the New Zealand Classic, the 2000 Guineas. By 5-time Group 1 winner Darcy Brahma, he was bred and is still owned by the Oaks studs Dick Caraman. His dam Ivana is a granddaughter of Sadler's Wells and half-sister to Diamond Deck, with his third dam the fabulous producer Shadea, from whom descend stars of the turf such as Horse of the Year Lonhro, with others in the family including Lankan Rupee, Grosvenor and Mahaya.
Catkins gunning down Echo Gal.
And the latest Inglis online digital sale is highlighted by Kitty Kins, a Sepoy half-sister to 12-time stakes winner Catkins. Being offered by Aquas Farm, the 5-year-old is in foal to star sprinter Brave Smash. Bidding wraps up at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, November 13. The Melbourne Cup Carnival produced some massive highs for winning connections and the breeders of those horses. We look back at the big and small breeders of the winners of the Cup Carnival in 2019.
159th running of the Lexus Melbourne Cup.
Despite the cool weather and rain that hovered over the 2019 Melbourne Cup Carnival, the ecstasy of the Group 1 winning connections, breeders, buyers and sellers was as usual unbridled. With the years of preparation behind each and every runner, the stories of this year's Group 1 winners are already the stuff of folklore.
Declare up on the inside. Vow Declare, Prince of Arran lifting late.
With a rare Australian-bred Melbourne Cup winner over the overseas hordes, it's impossible to go past Vow and Declare's Melbourne Cup triumph as the Oz Horse Performance of the Week. By Coolmore's Son of Warfront, Declaration of War, the matchup with his dam Giblitz by Testarossa was planned by Seamus Mills after the Cup winner's half-brother Lycurgus proved a staying type. Vow and Declare was offered by Kitchwan Hills at the Inglis Classic sale, but passed in and now races for his breeder Paul Lansky. He has a yearling half-sister at Widdenstad and a new foal by Arrowfield's stallion Shalar. Vow and Declare's sire, Declaration of War, only stood in Australia in 2014 and 15 as a Group 1 winner of the Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot and the York International.
But Warning is brave, 100 metres to go.
Starting the week was Derby Day and another fine staying performance by a son of Declaration of War, as Warning proved too strong over the 2,500 metre journey. From the Galileo mare Livia, he's from the family of Chattanooga and Real Stolly. Warning was a $65,000 Magic Millions Adelaide yearling buy, sold by the great South Australian nursery Mill Park to Sam Friedman and Hubie de Berg.
Exceedance back to the inside.
The Cup's Week Sprint Championship for the 3-year-olds, the Coolmore Stud Stakes, went to a magnificent individual, the son of Exceed and Excel, racing in the Vinery stud colours Exceedance. From Thorne Park's South Australian Stakes winner Bonnie Mack, Exceedance's dam is a half-sister to Group winners Upham and Intimate Moment. He was bred by Nick Vass and sold by Newgate Farm at the Inglis Easter yearling sale to Vinery Stud and Hawks Racing for $180,000. Exceed and Excel quinelled the race, with Exceedance beating Golden Rose winner Bivouac. It was the Darley sire's 14th Group 1 winner, with his 2019 fee set at $99,000.
Here comes the Kiwi star, Melody Bell up to Aristia.
One of the week's most popular Group 1 successes, particularly for supporters of New Zealand racing, was that of Melody Bell in the Empire Rose Stakes. Taking her Group 1 winning tally to 10, the daughter of Commands was unlucky not to win the McKinnon Stakes on Saturday as well. Nevertheless, she won more Group 1s, 7, than any other horse in the world in 2019. A daughter of the Ifraj mare Malika Bell from the wonderful New Zealand Bell family, Melody Bell was bred by Marie Lester and sold at the NZB Karaka yearling sale for just $57,500 to Tiakal's David Ellis.
Fierce Impact and Sosie Bond right down the outside.
Another popular Carnival Group 1 win was that of Deep Impact's son Fierce Impact in the Cantala Stakes. Formerly the mile race on day 4, the programming worked perfectly for the Matt Smith-trained Toorak Handicap winner. The entire was bought by Smith at the Tattersalls Horses in Training sale for 120,000 guineas. He races in the Frank and Christine Cook colours in partnership with Seymour Bloodstock and others, and is from a daughter of Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner Smarty Jones. Fierce Impact's full brother Kay Nautique was a Group 1 winner in Tokyo earlier in the year.
Miami Bound in front, 100 metres to go. She's toughing it out.
To Thursday's Oaks Day, and having scored a dominant Wakeful Stakes win on Saturday, Reliable Man's daughter Miami Bound made it a week to remember for Cup-winning trainer Danny O'Brien when she was successful in the traditional Phillies Classic. A daughter of Danehill Dancers, Oaks winner of 12 years ago, Arapaho Miss, Miami Bound was exactly 3 to the day as a November 7 foal. She was bought by O'Brien Racing for $120,000 at the NZB Karaka yearling sale and is half-sister to 2-mile Andrew Ramsden Stakes winner to Little Engine. Her sire, Reliable Man, by the late Cornerstone stud stallion Dalakani, was a French Derby and ATC Queen Elizabeth Stakes winner and features in our Westbury stud story coming up later in the show.
Nature Strip goes for home at the Clock Tower.
To the final day of the Cup Carnival and the Group 1 Sprint, the Darley Classic saw a wonderful winning performance by the enigmatic Nakoni gelding Nature Strip. It was his third Group 1 success and sets him on a potential Royal Ascot path in 2020. His Dam by Desert Sun Strikeline was a group winner of the McEwen Stakes, and Nature Strip was passed in by Golden Grove Stud at the Inglis Premier Sale. His Sire Nakoni is by the regally bred Coney from wonderful producing mare Nicola Lass. Nakoni stands at Widden Stud this year at a fee of $38,500.
Magic Wand up to Hartnell.
The final Group 1 to recap from Cup Week is the McKinnon Stakes, and it went the way of Aidan O'Brien's Galileo mare Magic Wand. From the Dancilli mare Prudenzia, Magic Wand is half-sister to Irish Oaks winner and French Oaks runner-up Chiquita. It was the 84th Group 1 success for the great son of Sadler's Wells, Galileo, equalling the record of former Coolmore sire, the breed shaper Danehill. Some incredible memories there and plenty to look forward to in the future from these stars of the track. Coming up after the break on Bred to Win, we head back to Westbury Stud in New Zealand and look at the Oaks producing sire Reliable Man and his barn mate by High Chaparral Redwood, and Kiwi trainer now based at Randwick John Sargent and his favourite English sales story.